Hello, hi students. Hope that you are doing well in this period of lockdown. So today we will continue with finding the inverse discrete time Fourier transform. So in this today's session, we'll obtain the inverse DTFT by the inverse DTFT expression, as well as we'll make use of some. In next session we will make use of the properties to obtain the inverse DTFT. So we have already concentrated in the previous session on the Fourier representation expressions for non-periodic discrete time signal, that is called as DTFT. X of e raised to j ohm, which is the DTFT of xn, can be expressed by the expression as summation n from minus infinity to plus infinity xn into e raised to minus j ohm n, and the inverse DTFT expression to obtain xn from x of e raised to j ohm, the expression is 1 by 2 pi integration from minus pi to plus pi x of e raised to j ohm e raised to j ohm n d ohm. Now today we are going to see we make use of this expression to obtain x of n from given x of e raised to j ohm. So important is again to note that x of e raised to j ohm is periodic with the period of 2 pi and is continuous in nature, therefore we integrate. Okay. So now consider that we are interested in finding the inverse DTFT of delta of ohm for ohm varying from minus pi to plus pi. Now what is the meaning of delta of ohm? The delta of ohm will have the amplitude is equal to 1 at ohm is equal to 0. Therefore, in this definition of IDTFT, if we want to recover xn from this, xn is equal to 1 upon 2 pi integration minus pi to pi x of e raised to j ohm, e raised to j ohm and d ohm. The x of e raised to j ohm is delta ohm. So when you substitute here delta of ohm in the expression, whose integration from minus pi to pi, this entire integration's value will be equal to 1, because delta of ohm at n is equal to 0 if you substitute here is 1. So this entire integration from minus pi to pi is 1. Therefore x of n will become is equal to 1 by 2 pi. So xn therefore is equal to 1 by 2 pi. So we say that IDTFT of delta of ohm is 1 by 2 pi, or if xn is 1, then its DTFT is 2 pi delta of ohm. That we conclude from this expression. Okay. So now suppose I have a signal which is a cosine. So x of e raised to j ohm is equal to 2 cos 2 ohm per ohm varying from minus pi to plus pi, and it repeats itself for every interval of 2 pi. So if such a cosine or a sinusoidal signal if you have, then we need not to substitute that in this expression of IDTFT, whereas what we can do it as we express this x of e raised to j ohm in terms of exponential form, and you know that x of e raised to j ohm is a infinite duration exponential series. So see here in this expression, cos 2 ohm is e raised to j 2 ohm plus e raised to minus j 2 ohm by 2. When you multiply this with this 2 and this 2 will get cancelled. So x of e raised to j ohm becomes e raised to j 2 ohm plus e raised to minus j 2 ohm. Now by expression of DTFT, x of e raised to j ohm can be expressed in terms of an infinite sum, a summation n from minus infinity to plus infinity xn e raised to minus j ohm n. Now this expansion of infinite duration summation series, when you compare it with this, you obtain that this x of e raised to j ohm is not existing for infinite duration, whereas it exists for only 2 terms. That is, if you compare with this expression after expansion, you observe that here n is equal to 2, and for this term n is equal to minus 2, and x of 2 and x of minus 2, if you consider here this as you need x of n into e raised to minus j ohm n. So, when n is equal to minus 2, x n equal to minus 2, that becomes x of minus 2, the coefficient of this, and the coefficient of this becomes x of 2. So, x of 2 is 1 and x of minus 2 is also 1 when you compare this expression with this expression. So, whenever you have such types of cosine or sinusoidal terms, then you need to express it in terms of an exponential form and compare the coefficients of the exponential form of x of e raised to j ohm with the standard infinite duration summation expression of x of e raised to j ohm. Collect these coefficients xn and write the signal xn. So, in this case now our xn will be equal to 1 for n equal to plus or minus 2 and it is 0 for all other values of n. So, this can also be expressed as this is equal to 1 at plus 2 and minus 2. So, this can be expressed as xn is equal to delta of ohm plus 2 plus delta of ohm minus 2. So, this indicates that it's the signal x of n has sorry, I have done a mistake here. Sorry. So, this is not delta of ohm. What I should have been written, friends? This should be delta of n. Okay. So, let me take a ball point and in place of ohm we should write here n. So, this is delta of n plus 2 and this is delta of n minus 2. So, this becomes then x of n will have the value is equal to 1 for n equal to minus 2 and is equal to 1 for n equal to plus 2. So, this can be expressed xn in terms of an impulse function like this, where xn is equal to delta of n plus 2 plus delta of n minus 2. Okay. So, now this is a graphical representation of x of e raised to j ohm, where the magnitude response and the phase response is given. So, here in this expression, this example which I have taken it from the Simon-Akin text, the minus pi value is not visible here. So, this is minus pi to plus pi, this is minus 2 pi, this is plus 2 pi, this is again here minus pi and this is plus pi, this is pi by 2 and this is minus pi by 2, these amplitudes. Okay. So, what we observe here, magnitude of x of e raised to j ohm has amplitude is equal to e raised to ohm from minus pi to 0, and then from 0 to pi it has amplitude e raised to minus ohm, and magnitude is this, that is r. We have to write this as r e raised to j theta form, where r is e raised to ohm from minus pi to 0 and it is e raised to minus ohm from 0 to pi, and the angle theta. So, e raised to j theta form, in that theta is pi plus pi by 2 from minus pi to 0 and is minus pi by 2 from 0 to pi. So, mathematically I can write this x of e raised to j ohm as r is e raised to ohm into e raised to plus j pi by 2 for ohm varying from minus pi to 0 and is e raised to minus ohm e raised to minus j pi by 2 for ohm varying from 0 to pi. So, this can e raised to j pi by 2 can be written as j, e raised to minus j pi by 2 can be written as minus j. Therefore, for ohm varying from minus pi to 0, this is j e raised to ohm, and from 0 to pi it is minus j e raised to minus ohm. So, now substituting this in the I dt ft expression and obtaining xn from this. So, xn is equal to 1 upon 2 pi, j is constant, take it outside of the integration, minus pi to 0, e raised to ohm, e raised to j ohm and d ohm, minus j integration 0 to pi, e raised to minus ohm, e raised to j ohm and d ohm. Now, taking common from these both expressions, from these two terms you take common ohm. So, remain with 1 plus jn and when you take common here you will remain with Jn minus 1. So this xn becomes equal to 1 upon 2 pi j integration minus pi to 0 e raised to 1 plus Jn d minus j integration 0 to pi e raised to Jn minus 1 d Now when you integrate this with respect to the integration of this is e raised to 1 plus Jn upon 1 plus Jn. And similarly here for this term it is e raised to Jn minus 1 upon Jn minus 1. And then you have to substitute the limits of the integration. See here, the limits of the integration for the first part is minus pi to 0, and for the second part it is 0 to pi. Now when you substitute this limit, when you substitute here is equal to 0, this becomes 1, and then this is j by 1 plus Jn, and when you substitute here this pi, you have to substitute there minus pi. There for the second term, when you substitute here 0, then 1, and then other term is pi. See here, this is continuation in this page. I have substituted the limits here. So 1 minus e raised to minus pi 1 plus Jn. So my this becomes plus, because minus minus becomes plus there. So 1 minus e raised to pi Jn minus 1. So that limit was from pi to 0, and when you substitute for pi is this minus term, and this minus minus plus, and this minus becomes plus here. So Jn upon Jn minus 1. Now we cross multiply to this both the terms, to this by Jn minus 1 and to this by Jn minus 1. So what I will do is, first to this 1 I will multiply by Jn minus 1, then to this term I will multiply by Jn minus 1. Similarly for the second term I will do. So before to multiply I have splitted this e raised to minus pi into 1 plus Jn. So let us split that, e raised to minus pi e raised to minus j pi n, and here for this term it is e raised to minus pi into e raised to plus j pi n. Now multiplying and splitting it. So this j by 2 pi, or maybe I have taken wrong this minus, or let me check out while after multiplication of this, what I get is minus minus sign, I have taken it outside I think. So this minus 1 and this 1, this is 1, when you multiply this together, this is Jn square minus 1. So Jn square is, j square is minus 1, so n square, so that minus sign is taken here outside. So in the denominator you have 1 plus n square, and in the numerator when you multiply here, so for the first term when you multiply Jn minus 1, the second term when you multiply first by minus Jn and then with minus 1, so minus 1 when you multiply this plus, then to this term when you multiply with 1 plus Jn, this is 1 plus Jn, then to this term by 1 and to this term by Jn here. So if you observe here, this minus 1 and this minus 1 will get cancelled. This Jn and this Jn is 2Jn, and the next if you observe keenly here, this e raised to minus pi, if you take common from this term and this term, you will remain with e raised to minus j pi n minus e raised to plus j pi n. So you take common minus e raised to minus pi outside, so that you will remain with e raised to plus j pi n minus e raised to minus j pi n. And from this term, if you take common minus j n e raised to minus pi, you from this term and this term, you will remain with e raised to j pi n plus e raised to j pi n. So this 2 you divide to that, this entire term. So you will observe here, this is 2Jn, and you multiply and divide to this, you will get for this term cos pi n, and cos pi n can be written as minus 1 raised to n, and for these terms e raised to pi when you take common, So minus e raised to minus pi you take, and 2j you multiply and divide, you get sin pi n. Now the value of this sin pi n is 0, so this term will become 0. You will remain with only these terms. This 2 and this 2 you cancel with this, and to this j you multiply inside. So what you will get after multiplication by inside? So you can pause in between and evaluate this and check me what is the answer, and get whatever I have done is the same you have got. So here xn is equal to, n is common, 1 minus e raised to minus pi minus 1 raised to n upon this pi inside 1 plus n square. So this is your xn for. Now the next expression, find inverse DTFT of cos ohm plus sin ohm by 2 for minus pi to plus pi, ohm varying from. Now expressing, since you have cosine and sinusoidal terms here, so expressing this in terms of exponential form, e raised to j ohm plus e raised to minus j ohm by 2, and this is as e raised to j ohm by 2 minus e raised to minus j ohm by 2/2j. This is for sinusoidal term. Now when you compare, you may observe here that for these two terms, the x of n will be equal to 1/2 for n is equal to minus 1 and n is equal to plus 1. Whereas here if you compare, you observe that this is 0.5 and minus 0.5, and the discrete time signal will not exist for the non-integer terms. So for this we will consider this, view this example as it is consisting of two terms, this as x1 e raised to j ohm and this as x2 e raised to j ohm. For x1 e raised to j ohm, we will directly find it by comparing it with the coefficients exponential form from exponential form, and for this term we will make use of the expression. So I have observed, I have considered this in opposite form. See here, this I have considered as x1 and this I have considered here as x2. So x2 e raised to j ohm becomes equal to 1/2 delta of n plus 1 plus delta of n minus 1. Sorry, here again I have done so many mistakes in this presentation. This is not x2 of e raised to j ohm, whereas this is x of n, x2 of n. Okay, this is not xn also, this is x2 of n. Now we have to find x1 of n by IDTFT expression from this x1 e raised to j ohm. This is x2 of e raised to j ohm, from this x2 of n is obtained, and from this x1 of e raised to j ohm, x1 of n to obtain, we have to substitute it in the IDTFT expression. Now this is IDTFT expression, 1/2 pi integration minus pi to plus pi e raised to j ohm by 2 minus e raised to minus j ohm by 2 e raised to j ohm n d ohm. So this 1/2j you can take it outside also. This is e raised to j ohm n plus 1/2 minus e raised to j ohm n minus 1/2 d ohm. Now this is not minus infinity to plus infinity, this is minus pi to plus pi. This is minus pi to plus pi integration. Okay. Now when you integrate this, 2j you take outside, as I said it is 1/4 pi j. Now when you integrate this with respect to ohm, it's in this terms integration is e raised to j ohm n plus 1/2 upon j into n plus 1/2 minus e raised to j ohm n minus 1/2 by j into n minus 1/2. So limits are from minus pi to plus pi. Now after substituting the limits in this expression, you get this 1 upon, just to go back here, see here, this is j term, you take it outside here. So when you multiply with this j, you get here minus 4 pi, j will get cancelled. So j into j will become minus 4 pi. Okay. E raised to j pi n plus 1 by 2 minus e raised to minus j pi n plus 1 by 2, and for here e raised to j pi n minus 1 by 2 minus e raised to minus j pi n minus 1 by 2. Then what we will do is split this and try to evaluate. So this is e raised to j pi n e raised to j pi by 2 minus e raised to minus j pi n e raised to j minus j pi by 2 raised to j pi n e raised to minus j pi by 2 minus e raised to minus j pi n to e raised to j pi by 2. Now e raised to j pi by 2 is j, so e raised to minus j pi by 2 is minus j, so here plus, and when you take common here j, so you cancel out this in every term here. So I have did a mistake here. I hope you will make correction while doing it. Try solving yourself simultaneously. In between you can pause if I am fast. This j is not there. Okay. So j e raised to j pi n plus j e raised to minus j pi n. Similarly here, j you take common here. So e raised to j pi n plus e raised to minus j pi n is cos pi n, and cos pi n is minus 1 raised to n. And when you take common from here also minus j outside, that minus and this minus will become plus, and this also cos pi n, and that is minus 1 raised to n. So this j I have got cancelled, but you can take it here in upstairs because this is already cancelled. So minus 1 raised to n plus minus 1 raised to n. On here this n plus 1 by 2 n minus 1 by 2. Now you can cross multiply and try to solve this. So you will get n into minus 1 raised to n upon 1 by 4 minus n square. So this is j by pi. So just verify whether whatever I have done with this j which I have cancelled out over here, so that you just do it once again and score it. Now we have this x1 n and x2 of n, and then overall xn will become the addition of 2, that is the x1 of n here and this x2 of n. Okay. Now this, to find out the inverse DTFT of this spectrum, where this x of e raised to j ohm is given. So it has amplitude is equal to 1. Sorry, just observe first here how it is. From minus 2 pi to plus 2 pi, this is given expression. So this is not again minus 2 pi to plus pi, this should be minus pi to plus pi. So since x of e raised to j ohm is periodic with the period of minus pi to pi, this should be minus pi to plus pi, because this minus pi to pi duration is divided into 10 parts, and then when you divide this, this becomes minus pi, this is minus 9 pi by 10, this is minus 8 pi by 10, here it is 8 pi by 10, 9 pi by 10, and when 10 pi by 10 becomes this plus pi. So you observe here that, so this amplitude is equal to 1 from minus 8 pi by 10 to minus 9 pi by 10, as well as from 8 pi by 10 to 9 pi by 10, and then from minus pi to 9 pi by 10 and 9 pi by 10 to 2 pi, this amplitude is 2. So in this expression of DTFT, we have to divide this integral into that many parts, that is 1 from minus pi to minus 9 pi by 10, and then from minus 9 pi by 10 to minus 8 pi by 10, then from 8 pi by 10 to 9 pi by 10, and then 9 pi by 10 to plus pi. So in this duration the amplitude is 2, in this duration the amplitude of x of e raised to j ohm is 1, here the amplitude is 1, here the amplitude is 2. Now integrate each of these separately and substitute the limits. Now integrations, as you know, are the e raised to j ohm n by jn, and then you substitute the limits from minus 9 pi by 10 to minus pi. Here you will get 2 e raised to minus j 9 pi by 10 minus 2 into e raised to minus j pi n divided by jn. For this term, what you will get is, after substituting the limit, e raised to minus j 8 pi n by 10 minus e raised to minus j 9 pi n by 10 by jn. For this term, you get plus e raised to j pi 9 pi n by 10 minus e raised to j 8 pi n by 10 by jn plus 2 e raised to j pi n minus 2 e raised to minus j 9 pi n by 10 by jn. Observe that the denominator of all these terms is same, that is jn. Now what you have to do? Can you imagine what is possible to do here? You have to collect all the terms together, that is e raised to minus j 9 pi by 10, 2 into e raised to minus j 9 pi by 10, if you have this and this. Then if you have e raised to j 9 pi by 10, this also. So you will remain with minus e raised to j, so 1 e raised to j 9 pi n by 10, and from this term you will remain with plus 1 e raised to minus j 9 pi n by 10, and then you can give it, this is plus and this is minus, you remain with, and you can give it as a sinusoidal form. Similarly, for e raised to j pi n, if you observe, this is minus 2 e raised to 2 minus 2 into e raised to minus j pi n, and this is plus 2 into e raised to j pi n. So these two will get cancelled. I remain with now e raised to j 8 pi n by 10, and here minus e raised to j 8 pi n by 10. So for that, giving the sinusoidal form. So I will get xn is equal to 1 by 9 pi into sin 8 pi n by 10 minus sin 9 pi n by 10. So try to do this, collect, solve this term. I hope you will do this. You are all grown up and will be able to solve this entire expression and get this simplified form. Okay. So thank you very much for your patience hearing